Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Avatar. We are back with more Avatar: The Last Airbender, this time with Season 2, Episode 2. And yeah, you guys really seem to have enjoyed the reaction to Episode 1, so that is really, really cool to see, and I'm really grateful to see how many people actually, received it well, and actually looked forward to more of these reactions. And yeah, definitely more on the way, definitely more on the way. So on to Episode 2 this time. Episode 1, we had the team, well, the pretty much the team of Sokka, Katara, and Aang going to the Earth. Well, they were on the way to the Earth Kingdom. Or they got to the Earth Kingdom. They were on the way to the city of Marshu, so that Aang could actually learn to master to Earthbending with Boomy. But then he was on the way there, and he actually kind of got to like a little like a wayside pit stop type thing, and he met General Fong, who was actually scheduled to be his escort. But then General Fong had other ideas. He didn't really want to waste time with getting Aang to actually properly master the rest of the elements. He was a bit more hell-bent on getting him into the Avatar state so that he could actually use that to destroy the Fire Nation in one fell swoop. And I mean, the guy kind of showed within pretty much all of his dialogue. He showed that he had a very limited and very, very simplistic understanding of what the Avatar state was, and he thought it was just glowing eyes and superpowers, and Aang can just kill anyone he wants. But I think he learned in a much less informative way that wasn't the case, and also that that just really wasn't the way to actually get to get Aang to be the Avatar he's meant to be. But also we as an audience actually learned a bit more from Avatar Roku about exactly how it works. So he is at his most powerful when he's in the Avatar state, but he's also at his most vulnerable, because then if he's killed, not only can he be killed within the Avatar state, I think I've actually been curious as to what methods would work, like in terms of actually killing him within the Avatar state, because then surely he can deflect any kind of regular weapon tactics, but then also what would they have, what would the Fire Nation have to do to kill him in there? Because then that makes me wonder, right? If Aang then does go into the Avatar state with against Ozai, then maybe as well as using Sozin's Comet to end the war and to declare Fire Nation supremacy forever, that could also be a way to like the entire Fire Nation harnessing one giant comet. That could also be a way to kill the Avatar forever. So I'm curious as to whether or not it's going to come to that, but also I feel like that might be the most kind of logical way for them to defeat him, too. So yeah, but not only can he be killed, but if he is killed within the Avatar state, then that's the end of the Avatar. The regeneration cycle, the rebirth cycle is broken. No more Avatar, no more rebirth. Aang dies, and then the Avatar dies with him, and then Fire Nation forever. So that is exactly what they have to avoid. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and if Fong had his way, that would be the ending. That would be maybe if Fong had his way, then there would only be 2 seasons of the show. So yeah, but no, they quickly averted from that path, and Sokka knocked him out with the trusty boomerang and everything. So yeah, now hopefully on the way to Boomy, so that they can actually do things the proper way and actually try and get Aang to finish mastering waterbending with Katara, now that she is his new waterbending master. And then also I think maybe probably at the same time just kind of learning earthbending too. So I mean for efficiency's sake, maybe doing 2 elements at a time might be more efficient, but then it's also it's like studying for final exams. It's a lot. It's a lot on his plate. So and especially for his age too. I mean, granted, he is technically 100 years old, but still, he's a kid at heart, and especially in his mind. So so yeah. But we'll see how it goes. So then after that, I think. Yeah, he needs to actually. I think for firebending, I do wonder if he's actually going to go back to that to the other master dude, because I don't remember him dying. I do not remember him dying. So I'm wondering he might be the best one, because he was not only the first firebending master he came across, but that guy explicitly demanded you have to go and learn earthbending and waterbending before you do fire, because he understood the dangers and the actual potential deadliness that could come from fire. So he's already kind of shown himself to be the actual potential, the ultimate kind of firebending master that Aang can learn from. So I don't know, I guess we'll see. But yeah, so we had General Fong, who's a fucking madman. We met Azula. Zuko's much more fiery and feisty and kind of loyal to the Fire Nation sister. She is the one who is so much more deadly with her words and and her actions as well. So she was sent on a mission by her father Ozai to capture Zuko and Iroh for their treachery against the Fire Nation. So then she went along, I mean, obviously with some tricks up her sleeve, she went along under the guise of Ozai having forgiven both of them, Zuko especially, and said, "Oh, father's forgiven you. He understands you, and he wants you back, and he loves you." Da, da, da. And I mean, Zuko being Zuko, him so desperately wanting to restore his honor, but also receive his father's love and admiration for actually doing something right for once. He was, pretty quick to actually kind of think of this as like a one-way ticket back home and into his father's heart. But then Iroh being Iroh, he knew his brother all too well to know that wasn't the case. So then he went along with it, but on tippy toes. He went along with it on tippy toes. He was ready for any kind of attack, and then that one guard who let the fog, who let the cover slip and said, "Oh yeah, let's take the prisoners back to the Fire Nation." Oh shit, I called them prisoners. Now the gig is up. So yeah, so now I mean Azula's true colors have now been revealed too, at least especially to Zuko and Iroh. So now they know that she's not there with any kind of kindness or any kind of welcome back kind of boats or banners or anything like that. She's there to take them back, to pay for their crimes and to answer for their crimes and everything. So because of that, they both opted to change their disguises too. They both opted. Zuko's chopped off the little kind of ponytail thing he had, and Iroh, I think Iroh's probably going to go for a trim of some kind as well. So it's going to be, I'm curious to see what kind of disguises they actually are going to be wearing now. Like if they're going to change their clothes too, because I think their typical clothes are also Fire Nation colors. So I'm curious to know what else they're going to do. But yeah, now they have to stay in hiding. Now they have to stay in hiding and stay under secret, and they have to reach the Avatar first too. That's been their mission from the beginning. So now they have to work against Azula, avoid Azula, and also work against Azula to capture Aang too. So they've got quite a bit on their plates too. So that's that. But we also saw a glimpse of some lightning bending too. I was surprised because I think someone in the comments did actually mention the Iroh actually did briefly bend lightning back in season 1 in one of the episodes. I haven't actually gone back to check it out yet, but I feel like again, I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's actually like a fault of mine personally because I think I think last episode it was a lot more extensive too. Like it actually they actually showed Azula actually practicing with lightning bending before taking Zuko and Iroh back, and then it was finally in the final fight that Iroh himself actually showed that he can lightning bend too. So I mean, I think I actually looked back at that scene, Iroh preventing her from lightning bending or preventing her from doing too much damage, and then actually passing her lightning off. And I think for him, it looked more like a try. I think. Not to say that he couldn't lightning bend. Again, I need to go back into season 1 and check if to check if that actually did happen, but or even where it happened. But looking back in that scene with Iroh, I think for him, I think lightning bending definitely seemed like a possibility. But also, for him, it looked more like he was actually just transferring the power too. Like he wasn't actually harnessing it himself. He literally grabbed her arm and then directed the lightning somewhere else. Because I think initially she would have definitely landed like a lightning strike on Zuko and probably fried him to shit. But he actually grabbed her arm, twisted his own body, and then actually fired the lightning round into a cliffside. So I think for him, it's more like he used himself and he used his own power to redirect it as opposed to actually bend it through his will. So him acting more like a conduit of some kind, for him acting like a conduit for that lightning itself. So like a human Thor's hammer, pretty much. Like a human Mjolnir. But either way, I think I'm very curious to see if Iroh himself can actually create lightning. And I think I'm curious to know how that works too, how lightning itself actually works, if they can actually harness like electricity or what, because I feel like especially for lightning too, because it is electricity, that there must be more of a science to it too. With fire, earth, water, and air, like those are all more natural elements that exist on planet Earth. So with those ones, it somewhat makes more sense. And stuff, and fire especially is to do more with inner bodily energy that you then kind of channel into destruction and chaos and everything. But with lightning, I'm curious to know exactly how that one works, because I think lightning as well, it's more of it's definitely more of a weather condition too, like thunder and lightning and everything. So anyone who can bend lightning would be just unstoppable whenever there's a thunderstorm around. But yeah, I'm curious to know how that works, and to see Iroh doing more of it too. Maybe him explaining to Zuko how that works. So yeah, we had lightning bending and Fire Nation stuff and new disguises. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got from the last one. So yeah, definitely going forward, looking forward to seeing how Aang learns to earthbend under Boomy and waterbend under Katara, and just seeing how the story progresses. So yeah, that's it for episode 1. So on to episode 2 now, the reaction for episode 2, and as you guys will know by now, these reactions are just like the fair use reactions, just the best bits and the highlights of the episode. But if you guys want to catch any reactions that don't make it into this cut, then you can catch them over on Patreon within the full length reaction, where you can watch the entire episode unedited along with me. So yeah, that one will be just as cool too. Those will be over on Patreon, and like a link will be in the description and or the comments box, so feel free to check that out. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So on to episode 2 of Avatar The Last Airbender, season 2. Let's go.
Your arms are too far apart. See, if you move them closer together, you protect your center. You got it?
Oh, he's blushing.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh jeez, yeah. Aang has a crush on Katara, in case anyone actually forgot that. Oh damn! Unleashing the Kraken! Damn, unleashing the Kraken! Oof. Yeah, icicles. Yeah, they're both so good. They're both so good.
Don't fall in love with the traveling girl.
Oh, a traveling band.
You're looking at the rare white dragon bush. Its leaves make a tea so delicious it's heartbreaking.
No, he still wants his tea.
That?
He still wants the tea.
It's the white jade bush, which is poisonous.
Oh no.
We need food, not tea.
Delectable tea? Or deadly poison?
Oh, the ultimate life question. The ultimate dilemma. Is it gonna kill you, or is it gonna warm your insides?
They said they'll take us to see a giant nightcrawler.
On the way, there's a waterfall that creates a never-ending rainbow.
That sounds cool.
I hate
A
to be
never-ending
one-way
rainbow.
here,
That
but
sounds so
since Katara is
cool.
busy, I guess it's up to me. No sidetracks, no worms, and definitely no rainbows.
You suck, Sokka.
Whoa, sounds like someone's got a case of destination fever. Oh, it's a real legend. And it's as old as earthbending itself.
A tale as old as time.
Two lovers forbidden from one another.
Yeah, Beauty of the Beast. Yeah. Or
Their
something else.
people.
Oh, she's even braided Appa's hair. I didn't
We'll
even
just
notice
stick with
that.
flying.
She's braided
We've dealt
Appa's
with the
hair.
Fire Nation before.
Yeah, oh, that's so
We'll
cute.
be fine.
Yeah, and we need to do whatever makes Appa most comfortable.
How considerate. Oh. Whoa, okay.
Secret love cave, let's go.
Yeah, oh, so they tried it. They definitely tried it, and then Fire Nation was like, nope, you take the secret tunnel for the sake of this one episode.
And it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh,
When the
God.
light spreads to my throat,
Oh,
I will stop breathing.
oh,
But
God.
look what I found. These
Oh.
are pakui berries.
Are you
known to
sure?
cure the poison of the white jade plant.
Okay.
That or macaole berries
Oh.
that cause blindness.
We're not taking any more chances.
No, just, oh, God, don't eat Mother Nature. Don't eat her children. She will either kill you with your curiosity, or she will, I don't know, depends on who you are. Yeah, curiosity in this case definitely just murders the cat. Yeah.
The curse says that only those that trust in love can make it through the caves.
Oh, yeah, so Aang is just gonna trust in Katara the whole
We
way.
can make it.
Yeah.
Everyone into the hole.
But everyone has to trust another, and I think it being love, could be romantic, could be platonic, familial, whatever. So, Aang can trust in Katara, Katara and Zuko could trust in each other, as well as Aang, friendship and stuff. What the hell is Appa gonna trust in? Because he can't fly, he has to walk through this whole thing, he's probably gonna hate that. So, what can he trust in? Momo, you can trust in Momo, fellow animals, yeah, fellow animal buddies, yeah, you can trust in Momo. Oh, he's stressed out already. He's stressed out already. Momo, do your
will
thing.
be
Show Appa your love.
All we need is a plan. Then we should be able to solve it like a maze and get through.
So this is going from Avatar: The Last Airbender to the Maze Runner, just like that.
We know better than to touch the white jade, much less make it into tea and drink it.
Yeah. No, God, he's so swollen. Oh no.
Yes, we're travelers.
Do you have names?
Sorry, but we need to be moving on.
That's too bad. My mom always makes too much roast duck.
Where do you live exactly?
Oh god, Ira, you relatable bastard.
This doesn't make any sense. We already came through this. There's something strange here. There's only one explanation. The tunnels are changing.
They're changing. It is like the Maze Runner. It is like the Maze Runner. The tunnels are constantly changing. Yeah. Yeah. So you don't need love. You need to stop the Fire Nation. Or yeah, stop whoever's gonna be wicked in this story. Yeah, stop wicked.
Oh, is he fighting in the war?
Yeah.
It must be the curse.
Oh, the curse.
I knew we shouldn't have come down here.
Right. If only we listened to you.
Everyone be quiet.
Avoid the grievers. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, definitely grievers.
Flying thing with teeth.
A wolf bat. Those are the wolf bats, really? As if wolves and bats weren't bad enough individually, now you got wolf bats? Oh no, up, oh no. Oh no, oh. Is he gonna oh. Earthbending, come on. Oh, okay. Alright, oh. Oh, the power of love.
Yeah, it's no use. We're separated. But at least you have us.
Oh no, he's gonna. Oh god.
Fire Nation has hurt you. They've hurt me too.
Oh, she got scars. Oh, she has scars.
Don't let the falling rocks turn your smile into a frown.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he's got Momo at least. He's got Momo. Oh, he's got Momo at least.
It's a tomb.
It's a tomb. Oh, a cave of two lovers. Those are the two lovers.
These pictures tell their story.
Like hieroglyphics. Or hieroglyphs, I think. I don't know which one's right.
The two lovers learned earthbending from the badger moles. They became the first earthbenders.
Oh, they were the first
They built elaborate
earthbenders.
tunnels so that they could meet secretly. The man didn't
So
come.
that's why it changes, because they could earthbend their way into
He
the
died
thing.
in the war
Yeah.
between their two villages.
Ah.
Both villages helped her build a new city where they would live together in peace. The woman's name was Oma, and the man's name was Shu.
Oh, it's literally named after them, the
great city was
kingdom.
named Omashu as a monument to
Ah, Omashu. That is so cool. That is so cool.
Love is brightest in the dark. I have a crazy idea. What? Never mind, it's too crazy.
Katara, what is it?
The curse says we'll be trapped in here forever unless we trust in love.
Right?
And here it says love is brightest in the dark, and has a picture of them kissing.
Oh, so
Where
you
are
two
you
have to
going with
kiss. They have to
Well-
kiss.
What if we kissed?
Oh,
Us kissing?
no.
See, it was a crazy idea.
Does Katara reciprocate? Is that?
Kissing.
Us kissing? What was I thinking?
I definitely wouldn't want to kiss you.
Oh, Aang.
Oh, well, I didn't
Oh.
realize it was such a horrible
Oh, no.
option. Sorry
Oh,
I
no.
suggested it.
If it was a choice between kissing you and dying,
Oh, good God,
I'm
Aang. You...
saying I would rather kiss you than die. That's a compliment.
Well, I'm not sure which I would rather do.
Okay.
What is
Okay.
wrong with
What the hell is that?
What are you doing? These people just showed you great kindness.
They're about to show us a little more kindness.
A little more kindness, why? Because you're stealing their animal? I don't know what the hell that is. Oh god, you just give you their food and you steal their ride? Oh, is it happening? Is it happening? Is that the key? Oh, jeez, there's diamond. There's stuff in the ceiling. Oh, grievers, more wolf bats. Oh, wolf bats.
They were trying to get away from something.
From what?
Is the place collapsing? Oh, is the place collapse? Whoa! Oh, there's two of them. There's two of them. Oh, the giant badgers that taught earthbending. Yeah, the giant. I think the story mentioned badgers or something that actually taught Oma and Shu earthbending. Yeah.
Hey, those things are music lovers.
Okay.
Oh, coming toward me. Come on, guys, help me out.
The big bad Vegemals who earthbend the tunnels.
Oh,
Hate those
damn,
bats, but love the sound.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, badges that love music. That's a new one. That's a new one. Oh, finally he's in fresh air. Oh, yeah, but he's finally in fresh air. He's finally where he can fly again. He can fly again. Oh boy. Oh.
We let love lead the way.
Really? We let huge, ferocious beasts lead our way.
Huh. Well, they love music. They love music. So again, love led the way. Yeah. Ah, see Momo and Appa back together again.
Why's your forehead all red?
I think that kid might be the Avatar.
Oh Christ. Oh yeah, he's right.
So are you guys gonna come to Omashu with us?
Oh my god. He's gonna give himself a concussion at some point. Yeah.
The journey was long and annoying, but now you get to see what it's really about. The destination, Earth Kingdom City of Om.
Of Amashu.
Oh no.
Holy crap! The Fire Nation took over! Oh no. Oh, the Fire Nation reached Omashu, really? God damn it. God damn you, Ozai. You and your Fire Nation. Always fucking up everything. So, yeah, interesting episode. Very interesting kind of episode. So yeah, we met Chong and Lily, and I think there was Mocha too, like a whole kind of traveling band. I think I very much got traveling band vibes from them to begin with, like them just kind of going around, traveling through valleys and passages and just strumming their guitars and singing their lyrics and everything, so I definitely got traveling band vibes to begin with, but yeah, but they were nomads too. They were actually nomads too, and yeah, I think in my mind I actually did think to myself like, oh, Wang is a nomad too, because it's like each elemental kind of region and each elemental kind of tribe like has its own kind of label, like in like the Fire Nation, the Earth Kingdom, the Water Tribes, and the Air Nomads too. So I don't know if I can't remember if in season 1, like, the Air Nomads were ever revealed, were ever actually referred to as the Nomads, because then with this one, like part of the twist of the story is that, oh, the Air King, the Air Nomads are, there's only one left now, so no one ever really refers to the Air Nomads because they don't really need to, and it's not until Aang comes along, it's like, oh, there's actually one Airbender left, and he's an Air Nomad too, so. And I think with nomads, I think the base definition is that they actually do move from place to place, and then they don't really keep much of an identity, or like they don't necessarily make too many connections or anything like that. I think nomads. Or am I thinking of hermits? I think hermits have like a similar kind of lifestyle, and they like they move from place to place. But I think maybe with hermits, I think hermits might be, I don't know. I think with hermits they move from place to place maybe, but then with nomads I think they don't really. I don't know because I don't know. Like nomads, I think they might be the ones who don't like they make connections, but because they don't stick around for too long, they don't really work to maintain those connections. So it's like oh hi and then bye. So I think I'm kind of curious, but I mean he's an air nomad too, so he kind of related. Well, not related, but he kind of connected on that level. So. That was cool, but they were very, very musical ones, and I think the more they talked, the more they kind of did their thing. I definitely got hippie vibes. I definitely got kind of like hippie vibes, especially with Chong. Like he just seemed like he was not even high, but I think he was carefree enough to be a hippie, and he was carefree enough to actually kind of be that kind of guy. So he was just driving Sokka insane with his music and his kind of his energy and his kind of lack of kind of actual productive contribution to the entire cave kind of dilemma and everything. So yeah, but they were the ones who spoke of like an actual like a secret tunnel to get to the Earth Kingdom city of Omashu and everything. So yeah, I think I love that they actually showed, because I think in consideration of Appa, who prefers to fly, he prefers being outside with fresh air, and he prefers being able to actually travel through the air. So like I appreciate that they actually showed them trying. They actually showed them trying it, but then with the Fire Nation being nearby, like they were just bombarded with like fireballs and all sorts of other crap. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll try the thing. Like it actually shows them walking past them with charred faces and ruffled hair and everything and stuff. So they tried it. They tried it the way Appa would like it, but then Fire Nation just wouldn't let that happen. So then, for the sake of story as well, the tunnels was the way to go. So yeah, and yeah, so I think yeah, so the tunnels were interesting. The tunnels were very interesting. So the tunnel of of two lovers. So yeah, and I think I love that they actually. I think I really wasn't expecting that kind of history or backstory for Omashu. I didn't think Omashu would have that deep or that kind of emotional of like a backstory to it, and especially like a love story too. So yeah, I think in this case only one of them dies, but I think I think it's pretty much their own kind of more emotional, maybe more like a version of Romeo and Juliet, where it's like one of them dies, but it's definitely not through suicide, and then the other one actually tries to broker some sense of peace. Well, not broker, no, sorry, like foster some sense of peace between the two villages and everything. Because again, I think at least for me, like the only Romeo and Juliet-esque kind of element of it was the fact that they were actually from two neighboring kind of rival villages or two enemy villages, and they were actually truly forbidden to be together. So yes, I think this would be the last Airbender's tale as old as time. Like just like two. Like, I think, and they were both Earthbenders too. They're actually both Earthbenders, and they learned Earthbending from badger moles of all things, from giant freaking badger mole creatures of all things. So yeah, and I think that might be the first time I've ever actually seen animals animals actually element bending. I don't know if we've ever actually had any other animal. I think I actually vaguely remember there was back in season 1 there was like that giant water creature thing that Aang rode, but I couldn't tell if I can't remember if he was the one bending or if he was actually using the animal to bend it, because like it was like a giant like a water snake. Like I think you guys will probably remember what I'm talking about. I think it's like around the middle, like between the early to mid section of the first season, he actually used like a giant water creature against the Fire Nation and actually used it to defeat them. So I can't tell if that was him bending or if he was actually using the creature to bend. I think it could have been a bit of both, but yeah, I think this is this is the first time I've actually properly and directly seen animals bending. So that is very curious. I think I mean that makes you wonder if Appa is somewhat similar too. Like if Appa can actually like if the reason he can fly is because he can airbend, maybe he can actually control the air currents around him. Because then that's literally how Aang uses his own his glider. He actually said he can control the air current. He can control the air currents around him like a field, like an air field, like a magnetic field, but with air, and then actually use that to control, because then usually with gliding, you kind of go straight down unless you can do some curves and stuff, but with him he can actually go up without having to pick up any actual excess air and then actually travel up too. So with him, I wonder if Appa can actually fly through the air because he himself can airbend. So I think I'm guessing that might actually be the trick now. So I think animals bending is a very, very kind of peculiar concept to me too. So like animals having any concept, because for one thing, humans and animals, again, I think in this universe they can't directly communicate. I mean, Aang has to say yip yip, because that's the one phrase that Appa might kind of directly kind of understand, or he might understand smaller phrases or something, but other than that, it's the other, and I think that that intrigues me even more, that animals were the ones who taught humans earthbending too, and through that, Omar and Shu became the first human earthbenders. So yeah, that is actually again, it's a super duper interesting concept. So yeah, then just a really cool backstory for Omashu as well. Like Omashu was actually a city born out of love, born out of a long lost love, and kind of built in monument to the love between two people who saw beyond their boundaries, and pretty much one of many kind of pinnacle examples of love has no boundaries and love has no limits, and stuff like that. So yeah, but then the man actually died in the war. The man actually ended up dying in the war between the two villages, and then that's when like the woman just had enough, and she was ready to use her earthbending to destroy both villages. But then she was like, no, you know what? He never would have wanted this, and I don't want to have to kill anyone. So let's just actually swear to love each other and to respect each other and to accept each other as neighbors from now on. So yeah, it's a beautiful ending. It's actually a much more beautiful ending that like a whole city, like a whole kingdom can be created out of like lost love and everything. And hopefully she still had like an actual peaceful life afterwards. And then of course they were actually buried in like a tomb together. So they respected her wishes even after that. So Omar and Shu, just I was gonna say still a better love story than Twilight, but I feel like for one thing, if you enjoy Twilight, then more power to you. It's like I think for one thing, I feel like that joke is funnier when you're a teenager poking fun at the franchise. But if you enjoy Twilight, then more power to you. And also like that line, I feel like is also just kind of worn out and milked out at this point. So like calling everything a better love story than Twilight is just kind of overused now. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I'd rather say this is actually a better love story than Romeo and Juliet, because again, like no one dies in twisted ways, or at least like he still dies in a dark way, because he still dies in like the war against his beloved's kind of village, but at the same time, it's like dying in a war compared to actually ritual suicide. Because I haven't read the book, I haven't seen the movie, I still don't know why they commit suicide. If it's like, oh, if we can't be together in front of them, then we can't be together at all, or what it is. So I still don't know why they think suicide was the answer in that story. But either way, this is a better love story than Romeo and Juliet. So let's put it that way. So Omar and Shu. So yeah, those were the two lovers that spawned a kingdom. So yeah. And speaking of love, so yeah, the Katara and Aang thing. I think anyone going into season 2 definitely should obviously have gone into season 1 first. I think it should be no news to anyone going into season 2 that Aang does have a crush on Katara, and I think I did wonder, could that crush be reciprocated? Because I think, yeah, I mean they're both like pretty much teenagers, so it's like definitely legal. It's like it definitely doesn't seem like anything kind of suspicious or kind of dodgy. But I mean, with the exception of Aang technically being 100 years old, I think that is the one exception. But again, Aang, he behaves nowhere near what he is nowhere near what you'd expect a 100-year-old to be. So because I think that might be the exception. And as well as the fact that I think because I think with that, it's like it's not like he's actually lived to experience those 100 years. He's literally like his body has just been kept in suspended animation for 100 years. So his cells have been in his body has literally been just hit paused on. So it's not like he's actually mentally, definitely not mentally older, but physically, I don't know, because the thing is, his cells haven't been his body hasn't been regenerating in the ice, but it's definitely been kind of slowed down from decay. So it's similar to Steve in Marvel. So yeah, but again, I think I really don't think it's comparable to pedophilia or anything like that. I really don't think that. I really don't think. I don't think that that's an acceptable label here, or an acceptable kind of an acceptable concept here. So that it seems okay to support it because of that. And then Aang and Katara, I think Aang especially, he doesn't really seem to be kind of harmful in that sense. He doesn't really seem to be any kind of problem. He just seems like a kid who wants to enjoy life and have fun. But then he also his entire character has been summed up to that. He's a kid with the weight of the world on his shoulders, but then he also wants to actually make connections, make friends, maybe fall in love and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think the question for me was would that crush, because then Aang having a crush on Katara was established pretty early on, and then season 1 actually did a pretty damn good job of actually building up their friendship first and foremost, and actually showing that they care about each other, and they're actually willing to stick together and fight and take on whatever comes their way together. But then Aang having a crush on Katara again, like, you know, his like the animation with his blushing cheeks is just super accurate and super well done. But I was curious as to whether or not Katara would accept it and reciprocate it too, because like season 1 also explored how that there was the episode with the fortune teller, and she actually told Katara like, oh, your prophecy, your fortune is that you will actually fall in love, or like you're destined to fall in love and to be with a powerful bender. So, you know, so yeah, and I think I was one. I mean, to me, right, I think I didn't like I for one did not immediately think of that to be Aang. I thought of it to be Zuko. I thought she literally meant like, you know, like oh, you're gonna fall in love with a powerful bender, and I thought, oh, like my mind like kind of almost instinctively flashed over to Zuko, who's like he is a powerful bender, he's a powerful earthbender. So, you know, and I feel like, you know, and then I think and then it was at the end of that very episode that then Sokka actually referred to Aang as like, oh, that kid is one powerful bender, and then that actually flashed up in Katara's mind like, wow, okay, so. And I feel like I think it definitely helps either way, because again, I think the one thing that helps is the fact that phrase is vague enough to make you think about anyone it could be until like a more direct reference made. So like when the fortune teller tells it, it's like you can actually think to yourself, oh, it could either be Zuko, who is also an equally powerful bender of one particular element, or like exclusively of one element, but then there's also Aang, who is like, you know, who's actually like destined to be the master bender of all the elements and stuff. So, you know, yeah, and I think again, like that phrasing too is like, it's not just like the vagueness behind it, but also the fact that she says a powerful bender, so it's like, you know, it could be any one of them. Like a powerful bender does definitely imply multiple powerful benders. So then it's like any one of them who kind of takes her fancy, or like any one of them that she chooses to be with. So I think Aang. So I think that kind of ties into the whole destiny thing, that, you know, like maybe because I think that episode also did incorporate actually taking your destiny into your own hands somewhat too. So, you know, and especially with you know, like in that same episode, like Aang being on the receiving end of a crush from, I think her name was Ming or Ping or something, like the girl with the two side ponytails and everything, like she had a crush on him, but then he didn't reciprocate it. So then, you know, it's like the fortune teller told him, you know, oh, go chase your own destiny, go make your own destiny, you know, pick who you want to be with. So then he actually ended up actually going after Katara, and then even that little girl actually let him go and said, I can see you don't feel the same way about me, so this is pretty much a pointless endeavor. So, so yeah, but with Katara, I feel like in like saying it's a powerful bender, I feel like, and especially because Aang is the lead, and they're both already friends, and he's already destined to become the most powerful bender in the world. I feel like, you know, that is definitely the way it's headed. But I feel like part of me feels like, you know, the twist could be that it's actually Zuko. Zuko is a powerful bender, and he himself has a lot to figure out on his own, whilst also maintaining his powers as a bender. So I feel like part of me wants to believe in the Zuko and Katara thing. Part of me kind of wants to believe in that one, because then that could also like follow like an age old, like the age old enemies to lovers trope too. So that could be a thing. But it's like, I feel like it's vague enough for you to believe in either of them, but. And also, I like that, because then that could be the twist. Like, oh, you think it's Aang, but then maybe in the end they realize that, oh, they're better off as friends. And then, you know, Katara actually, I don't know, maybe something happens with Zuko. Because I think the way Zuko's going now too, I feel like, you know, I think over time he's gonna have his own developmental journey where he realizes that, you know, fighting for his father's love is not something that's actually worth his time or effort, because his father is not a good man. And he thinks that he should have his love solely because the man is his father. He raised him, he brought him into existence, he helped bring him into existence, and he raised him, and he, you know, is his literal biological father. But then, you know, for one thing, he's going to end up connecting to Iroh more and more. And then for another thing, he's probably going to realize that, you know, the Fire Nation, he dedicated his life to the Fire Nation growing up simply because his father was Ozai, and his, like, you know, like that's where he grew up. But then in the end, it's going to be like, you know, his powers, you know, his nation doesn't define him, his powers don't define him, but who he wants to be does. So yeah, so I think all these different parts are going to converge at one point. That then again they lead you into one twist after another. So I don't want to think too far ahead of myself in case I actually do end up being right in more ways than one, and then I just end up spoiling myself. But again, I feel like it could be either one. I feel like it could either be Aang and Katara, which kind of you see coming because of how they already are now. But then I think the show might then just throw you, like, twist you off a cliff or something, and being like, oh, plot twist, it's Katara and Zuko. So I am all the more curious to know how it actually might go down. So yeah, but then her prophecy did say a powerful bender, so that then helped her determine that, and also her actual genuine affection for Aang did determine the fact that and like that they were actually meant to kind of kiss in the darkness and everything. So they did have their first kiss. So I believe that when the flame died down there, they actually did have their first kiss in the darkness, which then lit up the way. So that is a really cool kind of plot assisted kind of element of magic that love, that the cave somehow literally senses that two people most into each other. Because then you can't help but wonder, why didn't Chong and Lily kiss then? If that's the case, then why couldn't Chong and Lily? Because like that is like she's literally his wife. Like they are together. So like if Chong and Lily had kissed, then maybe they could have actually led their half of the group back to the truth. But then with them they use another kind of love. I think that was the whole point. So then the kind of more the romantic love is then actually pursued by Katara and Aang, and then the actual more platonic or more kind of carefree, more kind of friendly platonic love is actually used by the thing, or at least but like the Badger Mole's love for music. The Badger Mole's love for music is actually what gets them out of there, because then they actually do love the sounds, they love the singing, they love everything else, and then that's how they then ride the Badger Moles out of the walls. And to convenient enough, they did pretty much the same one exit that Katara and Aang found. So yeah, so true love lights the way. I think I mean to be honest, I'm gonna hesitate. I'm gonna refrain from calling it true love right now, because again, it's been one kiss so far, and even before that, like Aang had his own awkwardness, where it's like, oh, imagine kissing you. It couldn't possibly be me. Like him trying not to be too forward with it, but then he ends up actually just insulting Katara and acting like kissing her would be one of the worst options. So yeah, I mean, that whole awkwardness is I think relatable to an extent, but it's also super understandable too, because again, he is a kid, he's never been in love before, he's never really felt this way by anyone, so I mean, I think that's also like another thing where like I don't know or think there were any other like any women or girls at the Air Temple. I think because then I wonder, like, with that culture, with the Air Nomads culture, I wonder maybe if they had like a thing of like abstinence going on, or if maybe they actually refrained from any kind of, if they were like the Night's Watch but less gruesome, whereas like wherein like they actually focused their ability on their own devotion to airbending and their own devotion to like elemental kind of mastery and respect over any other kind of life kind of choices and stuff. So yeah, so I think like with Aang, I think Ping in that fortune teller one was the first time a girl ever showed interest in him, but then he developed like interest in a girl with Katara. Like she was literally like the first girl he ever saw, and she literally woke him up from the ice. So they already had like a really affectionate and really kind of magical meeting to begin with. So yeah, but yeah, Katara and Aang. So it's going to be an interesting kind of journey to watch as it unfolds, and see exactly what this kind of story and this series has in store for them, and see how far they get. But yeah, I mean, I think for the sake of for the sake of believing in both, for the sake of actually believing in Katara and Aang and Katara and Zuko, I'm gonna be open minded about whatever comes first. And I think the beauty of that is that Katara and Aang can still have an amazing and really solid and really affectionate kind of friendship, and then in the end they can prioritize that over everything else. They can prioritize the fact that they actually love each other in a much more platonic way, and that they're actually friends through and through. Whilst Katara realizes that maybe she actually does love someone else, or maybe she actually does kind of have feelings for Zuko and stuff. So I'm gonna keep my mind open to either Katara and Aang or Katara and Zuko. I'm just gonna keep, I'm gonna trust in the kind of vagueness of the powerful Bender prophecy. So yeah. Iroh did not have the greatest kind of interaction with wildlife in this episode. He did not have every plant. I think the first plant he came across, he thought it's either a white jade, which is super duper poisonous, or it could be some kind of tea. So I think he saw a plant, thought it could either be tea or it could be poison. Turned out to be a very very rash, inducing and swelling inducing kind of poison that builds up over time. Starts with itchy, blotchy skin, and then the rash reaches his throat, and then his cheeks get all puffy too. So yeah, Iroh with puffy cheeks is still surprisingly cute, but I think again at the same time it's with those ones he literally can't control it. It's just his body reacting so negatively to wildlife, and I think I think there are pretty a few plants in real life maybe that actually look okay and also not only look okay but they actually look similar, like deadly plants that are poisonous that look similar to plants that are actually okay to consume. So then that's actually wildlife. So I think it's pretty much like wildlife's a way of tricking you into actually not picking random plants and consuming them at your own, or let plants grow on their own, and they can actually flourish in their own time, because I remember being told stories of especially when I was a kid, I remember being told stories that don't just pick flowers out randomly, don't just pick them off the ground, they have lives too that they're trying to live, and then you're essentially killing them by picking them halfway through their growth cycle, or just picking them up randomly from the floor, picking daisies up from like a field full of grass or something like that. So don't pick flowers out random. Don't just pick something off the floor and see what it is. Let everything else live its life the way you would like to live yours. So yeah, I think Iroh definitely had to learn that lesson in this episode. And then he came across berries which either could have been a cure for this, or could have actually I think sent him blind, sending him completely blind and everything. So Zuko quickly had to actually take him to safety to stop him from actually still testing his kind of theories and testing his kind of curiosity on various plants. So again, you screw with Mother Nature, she will screw you right back with a cherry on top. So that was still that was pretty funny. So I think I've just written in capital letters definitely not tea. But then they met Song. From the kind of village, or the kind of her home nearby. Who she was I think she was actually applying medical attention to Iroh and actually helping take care of them. And then she actually took them in and fed them roast duck and everything. And then and then they came there to come up with their alternate names, their fake names. Then Zuko became Lee Jr. And then Iroh became Mushi. So I when he said Mushi, I think I initially heard Mushu, but then I actually checked the subtitles and it said Mushi. So Lee Jr. and Mushi. Lee Jr. and Mushi. And then Song herself turned out to be a victim of the Fire Nation. So she had actually had scars. She actually had scars from when, I think it was from when the Fire Nation raided her village and everything. But then they took her father too, and he fought in the war. I think she said that the Fire Nation actually came and took men. I think probably to fight in their wars, or to fight in their wars in some ways. Chances are he probably wasn't a fire. But I don't know if she actually mentioned if he was a bender or something, or if he was a bender of fire or a bender or something else. But either way, they took him to fight in the war. And I think we can probably guess, not everyone who fights in the war is an actual fighter on the front line. Some of them operate the ships, and others kind of create weapons and stuff like that. So I think he just fought in the war, but maybe just not actually with Fire Nation swords and everything. But then she lost her father to the Fire Nation. She lost her own kind of her skin to the Fire Nation, and she was a victim. So I think all throughout the episode, you could definitely see the pain on Sokka's face of having to lie to her about who he was, but also the fact that she was unknowingly actually helping people from the very same kind of region and people from the very same kind of group that actually caused her so much pain and trauma throughout her life. So he just couldn't really kind of stand to actually lie to her. And I think it's also the fact that, like, I think and especially like the fact that Zuko and Iroh are not inherently bad people. Like, they are not people who kill without mercy. They're like, or at least, like, they try not to be people who kill without mercy. I think Iroh, with Ba Sing Se, I mean, they mentioned they mentioned that it was a siege, but I don't know if they actually mentioned that he had actually killed anyone, like if he had actually killed anyone for disobeying or resisting or anything like that. But I think that the least I remember from the Ba Sing Se thing is that he actually held the city under siege for, like, I can't remember how long it was. I think like 4 years or 40 years or something. Like, it wasn't like a huge amount of time, because it still happened in the time that Aang was actually under the ice and like underwater in the ice and everything. So I think it was like either 4 years or 40 years. But then I think even with Iroh, I think his own perspective was that by the end of the siege, him and his men were hungry and tired, and they just kind of wanted to go home. So then I think they either must have been pushed back by the Earth Kingdom. I think it was actually I think it might have been like an Earth Kingdom city. So they were either pushed back, or they just gave up and actually went home, because I think he definitely kind of cared more about his men, and he actually cared about maintaining what little he had left. So then, because of that, because he gave it up, because he had to give it up in the end, like Ba Sing Se was considered like his greatest kind of failure. I think with Zuko and Iroh, I don't believe that they're necessarily inherently bad people, or at least, like, you can't really paint them with the same brush that you would paint the rest of the Fire Nation with. Like, the Fire Nation has built up a reputation of being chaotic and destructive and oppressive and everything, but then Zuko and Iroh don't directly fall under that kind of thing. And especially last season, especially with last season, Iroh kind of directly threatening Commander Zhao to, like, or Admiral Zhao to, like, him actually saying, like, you put that fish back in the water, so help me God, I will fuck you up. Or at least in his own words, he would actually inflict that pain, tenfold and everything. So him directly standing against Zhao in that way, and understanding the importance of balance over the power that the Fire Nation would have with the fish in the bag, kind of shows that, again, he doesn't like indiscriminately believe in the Fire Nation or its power. Like, he was born into the Fire Nation. He has the power to firebend. He has fought with the nation for years and years, and he's trained as like he's become like a general and everything. So he has his years of experience, but then deep down he's still a good man. Or at least he tries to be a good man. He tries to raise Zuko in a way that doesn't get him or the people around him hurt. So he has his moments of resistance. He definitely has had his moments of resistance. But I think and especially him, insisting that Zuko actually pay his respects and actually give his thanks to Song and her mother for helping them, and also like even him questioning why the hell Zuko was actually stealing their animal in the end afterwards. Like, he again, like, they are not inherently bad people, but I think they try to be good, and also like they kind of do not directly believe in the more harmful messages that the Fire Nation actually sends. So because of that, I feel like they like his, like, especially Sokka's kind of guilt there was actually understandable too. Like, him just him at the end, like him just wanting to leave, before the truth came out, before he actually felt even worse for actually accepting help from Song and her family like that. So that kind of stuff makes me, again, like that kind of stuff makes me really interested to see where Zuko is actually, like where Zuko's journey takes him, where Iroh's journey takes them both, and how Iroh actually continues to develop, and like how Zuko ends up kind of feeling at the end of the season, actually like what he's like once he actually does come like cross paths again with Aang and the group and everything. So yeah, it should be fun. But now they've got a ride. Now they've actually got a ride from Song's kind of. I don't know what animal that was meant to. Because then we had the wolf bat. We had a wolf bat in the caves, but like a cross between wolves and bats. I don't know. I think part of me saw a horse, but then another part of me saw like the horse had a beak. It had a beak, not like an actual horse snout or snoot or whatever. Like, it actually had a beak, something a cross between a horse and some other kind of bird, perhaps. So yeah, so they stole the animal, and then I mean, God knows if he's going to return it at the end. But either way, it definitely, it definitely wasn't the kind of thanks that Song was expecting. But either way, I think it kind of goes to show that, you know, so I think Sokka definitely shows remorse for the more typical Fire Nation acts he's actually committed, and he definitely feels remorse for how long he's allied himself with the Fire Nation in the way that they expect and what he's done in their name. So, you know. And it's like, and especially more so that, you know, he feels like he doesn't deserve it because of who he is, because he's Fire Nation. So then Song should not be helping them after everything that their people have done. But I think again that could be the ending he reaches to, like him actually not him believing that, you know, he's not actually fire. He may be a firebender, but he is not explicitly Fire Nation. He's not explicitly he doesn't stand with them, and hopefully him eventually realizing too that he definitely doesn't stand with his father just because of any kind of preconceived notions of love that Zuko believes that he owes him for whatever reason. So there's a lot that I'm looking forward to. As you can tell, there's a lot that I'm looking forward to. So hopefully this series can provide in that aspect. So hopefully that is actually going to be a fun journey to watch. So I look forward to it. I look forward to all the more as it unfolds. So yeah. But yeah, and then the very final scene. So they made it back to Omashu only to find out that the Earth Kingdom city over Omashu has been taken over by the Fire Nation. And yeah, taken over. I mean, I thought it was going to be like, oh, maybe the entire place has been destroyed. Maybe like there's like fire still kind of, you know, like smoking out from the roofs. Maybe the whole front gate has been burned down. Maybe it's just been destroyed. But no, none of that. It's just like a Fire Nation flag waving down the front and different flags popping up here and there. So it literally just means, you know, oh, they haven't destroyed it. It's even worse. They've taken over it. So now there's Earth Kingdom, like there's Fire Nation flowing in and out of Earth Kingdom and stuff. So God, I mean, oh God, don't tell me Boomy's dead, please. Because I think Boomy, I don't know what Boomy would do if he would actually ally with them, if they would let him live, or if he would try. Because I think when they first arrive, I think there would undoubtedly be some kind of resistance force set up to kind of actually try and take them down, but then they would undeniably fall. So then I wonder if they actually did give Boomy the chance to stand with them or die, then maybe he probably perished or something. But I'm hoping he's not dead. I'm really hoping he's not dead. So I guess we'll just have to wait and find out exactly where that leads us. But yeah, I don't know. It's not good. It's definitely not a good sign. So Omashu has been taken over by the Fire Nation. So God damn it, love is destroyed by the most fearsome force of hatred in this entire story, so that's just fucking great. That's just great. But yeah, that is it. That is pretty much all I've got from this one, so that was a great one. That was a really, really kind of positive and uplifting and really kind of like somewhat emotional kind of episode to go into, so really kind of happy to see where everyone is now and like how everyone feels now at the end of that all. I mean, Sokka just probably has like a concussion from smacking his head, but then Aang and Katara hopefully have like a brighter kind of path ahead of them, and whether or not those paths converge or diverge in some way, then that's just, you know, only time will tell. But either way, definitely looking forward to seeing what more is left in the season and what else they explore in this, and then how they're gonna get to Boomy and Omashu and hopefully that they actually rid the kingdom of the Fire Nation. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That is it. So that was Avatar: The Last Airbender, Season 2, Episode 2. So, as always, thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up next time on Avatar: The Last Airbender. Once again, the full-length reaction for the episode will be available on Patreon, so you can go check that one out over there. But yeah, that is it. So, I will see you guys next time.